Welcome back, friends, to men's NJCAA baseball here at Louisburg College. Louisburg Sports Network presenting live coverage of Hurricanes baseball from behind the backstop. Angel Moreno and Brennan Kaiser in the booth with me this afternoon. I'm Bill Martone. The Sunday matinee, game 22 of a 47-game schedule on this Sunday, the 15th of March, as Henry Good going to get the start for game 3, the rubber match in the Berg against the visiting Catawba Valley Community College. Strikes to walk going down in the right direction, as well as the opposing batting average, ERA, and whip. Henry Good is starting to get hot, heading into the mid-season form. Coach Myers and the Hurricanes split the doubleheader yesterday with a mercy rule win in Game 1, then struggled to maintain the intensity in Game 2, keeping them in 4th place in the D2 West Conference of Region 10. Hurricanes 12-9 overall, 6-5 in conference. And with another opportunity today to move further ahead of Guilford Tech in closing ground on Cleveland, who they'll play next weekend, and Patrick and Henry if they should win today. Hurricanes need to be both aggressive and patient, though, trying to wear out the starting pitcher and digging into the bullpen early. Pitcher's ready. Batter's ready. And the first pitch has us underway. Brent Hines sitting up in the booth with me this afternoon, or this morning. Feels like morning, but it's actually 1 Eastern. Fly ball, center field. Brady Paul makes the catch out in center field. Still getting our act together here in the production truck. Quick look at the visitors' lineup. Krebs, Bowman, Robinson, and Byler from 1st to 9th. As Henry Good and the Hurricanes have 1 out in the top of the 1st in their favor. Nice breaking ball by the sophomore. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pierce Bowman, the shortstop, flares 1 to right. A diving effort by the right fielder is not going to be able to come up with it. And Bowman with a triple. One out and a runner on third now in the top of the 1st inning if you're just joining us. Henry Good, the trusty right-handed sophomore, getting the Sunday start here for at least the 3rd, maybe 4th weekend in a row. I might have lost track. Alex Robinson, the left fielder now, looks at the first offering that rides high from Good. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on, left side. Jace Dunn flips, 3-1. A sac RBI for Alex Robinson. Makes it 2 outs. Silas Mills, the first baseman for today. Hard hit, but foul on the left side. Defense for the Hurricanes, File, Paul, and Shipman across the outfield. Right, Lawrence, Wyke, and Dunn, third to first. And Cliff Almeida, the trusty catcher. And batting average leader for the Hurricanes right now behind the plate. Mills fights off the off-speed from Henry Good. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs right now in the top of the first inning. 1 run just scored on a sac ground ball to first with a runner on third. Hard hit. Connor Wright across the diamond. And Jace Dunn, the trustworthy mitt at first base. So 1 run on a sac hit and a triple for Pierce Bowman. Starts the top of the first inning for the Red Hawks with a single lone run against Henry Good. Lineup for the Louisburg College Hurricanes. Graham White, Brady Paul, and Camden Wilson in the top 3. Jace Dunn, Connor Wright, and Peyton Shipman in the middle third. And Cliff Almeida, Stephen Lawrence, and Reese File rounding out in the bottom third for the Hurricanes. Tony Lopez gets the start for the Red Hawks. 4 points in batting average for Evan. He's put up 24 and 2 this season. So far, he's given up 25 hits and 4 home runs. Hurricanes, the rubber match, game 3, like they did in game 1. They really need to come out swinging hot and heavy, looking for all sorts of pitch combinations from the crafty right-hander. Graham White stepping in with a .426 batting average. Absolutely phenomenal. First pitch not to the liking of the Red Hawks fans, as it's just a bit off the plate. And that one catches the outer third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good fastball velo from Lopez. Very hittable for the Hurricanes. And he switches it up with the off speed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Two-two. Off the plate. Full count now on the leadoff batter, Graham Wyke. Popped up right side. Silas Mills, the first baseman, gives chase into foul ground and then retreats. There's Mr. Wyke, looking nice on the Panavision camera. Mr. Hines is manning today. The full count, and Graham draws the walk. So the first base runner for the Hurricanes, Mr. Graham Wyke, he'll make it out there to first. Oh boy, it looks like we've lost our center field. Interesting. Runners first and second now. Well, Brent, you are all we got at the moment. So give us a straightaway up the middle. And we're going to stick with you, sir, until otherwise. One ball. Two on, no outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Paul in the box. Hard hit, center field, fly ball into the right center field gap. Isaiah McDowell under it. The runner tags. And the first scoring opportunity for the Hurricanes now on Lopez. One out and runners on the corners for the Hurricanes. Unsure what all of our gremlins were about. And Lopez a little bit frazzled as he starts off with a breaking ball that stays up. Swing and a miss. Graham White holds tight down at third on a fake throw by the catcher. Jace Dunn now in the box. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Brady Paul over at first, and Graham White at third. The pickoff not in time, and the ball gets thrown away, and a run will score. So some energy out of the dugout early for the Hurricanes is exactly what they're going to need to come up with a victory and a series win against the Redhawks. Jace Dunn wraps it into center field on a 2-1. Coach Myers waving home, and an extra base out at second for Jace Dunn on an RBI. And the Hurricanes take a 2-run early lead here in the bottom of the first inning on a great piece of hitting by the first baseman, Jace Dunn. Took the fastball right back up the middle. And the Hurricanes came to play today. Lopez with the off-speed outside off the plate to start off Connor Wright. He's playing third base. Same pitch, still just off a little too much. And Lopez seems to be committed to the far side of the plate, trying to stay out of danger if he can. He's already given up 3 hits and 2 runs. And he answers back finally with a called strike. The 3-1 for Connor Wright. Swung on, lofted into right field. Shallow drops in for a base hit and advances the runner to third. Brody Taylor kind of knew he wasn't going to make it. So another scoring opportunity over there on third is Jace Dunn, as Connor Wright gets on with a single to right field. Back of the box right now, trying to adjust to the velo of Tony, and a foul ball on a first pitch to Peyton Shipman. A bang-bang first inning for the Hurricanes. Lots of activity coming out hot and heavy. Swinging the bat, frazzling the starting pitcher who came in and ace on the pitching staff for the Redhawks. 1 out, 2 on, and Peyton Shipman looks at a fastball, well, not so fast on the clock, but looks at a pitch down the middle, 0-2. Officiators for today, behind home plate, Vinny Stio and Michael Utz on the infield. Runner at first. Check swing, strikes him out, looking just on the outside. I think like we saw late yesterday in game 2, The Hurricanes are just going to have to get the bat on the breaking ball, whether they fight it off. Drew Bryant was throwing some great off speed on the outside, as was Chase Arrington in game 1. And the Hurricanes really just need to put the bat on the ball and let it fall where it may. 2 outs, check swing called strike on Cliff Almedo. Ball gets away, and that'll be a run scored on a wild pitch from Lopez. Connor Wright down to second as Jace Dunn crosses the plate. Two outs, runner on second. 1-1 to Cliff Almedo. His hands are quick. Foul ball on the left side. Josh Meadows, the third baseman, retrieves it, or at least attempts to. The 1-2 with 2 outs. And that's exactly the approach that the Hurricanes need to take in the batter's box. You got 2 strikes, anything close, they're just going to have to fight it off and try to get a reset for a better pitch out of Tony Lopez. The 1-2, and gets him looking. 3-run score on 4 hits by the Hurricanes in the bottom of the first. We're going to move to the top of 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Henry and the Hurricanes out in front after the first inning by 2 runs. First offering to Silas Mills. Nope, that is not Mills. This is going to be Lucas Dawson. My apologies. Got to get the book straight early. It's kind of like swinging the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff batter. 5th in the lineup overall. First for the inning. And Henry looking hot. Lots of good wordplay with the huh sound going on today. Hurricanes, Henry hot. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curveball. First K on the day for Henry Good. Brody Taylor now, the right fielder. Foul ball on the left side. Two balls, 1 strike. And a foul tip to double up the count, 2 apiece on the second batter with 1 out. Taylor batting 6th, playing right field. On deck behind him is Josh Meadows, the third baseman. Good comes back with the off speed and misses. And the fastball is fouled off. And Taylor is lost to a walk. Pitch to Josh Meadows. 1 out and a runner on first. Canes up by 2. We're in the top of the second. The pickoff. Nice shot by Mr. Hines. A little bit of a pitch out almost on the next offering, giving Almedo the opportunity should the runner go. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss on some heat, a little bit upstairs. The 1-2, fouled off. Henry Good now at 26 through 7 batters. Pick off just a little late. And the fastball high and away brings the count to 2 apiece with 1 out and a runner on first. Top of the second at the historic Frazier Field. Bringing you Game 3 rubber match between first place and fourth. Catawba Valley at the top of the D2 West. Swing and a miss. Nice off speed by Henry Good. Gets his second strikeout of the day and the inning to make it 2 outs. Isaiah McDowell now, the center fielder. Little two-seam action possibly from Good that misses. As McDowell steps back in. The breaking ball breaking a little too early. Almedo doing a terrific job blocking it out in front of him. A little quiet in the Hurricanes dugout at the moment. Popped up, and that'll be out of play before Cliff Almedo would have a chance at it. There's Mr. Good. Let's take a look at Mr. Good again. I like that shot. There's Henry. See the expression on his face. And he loses. Taylor down to second, and the bottom of the order now is Brady Byler. First pitch, called strike to Byler. Runner on second there behind Henry. You see our field umpire, Michael Utz. Two out, two on. Bottom of the order. Good trying to throw hard. Command's just a touch off. You trying to hit those spots around the 1, 2, 3 spots of the pitcher's strike zone. Down the middle there gets the called strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to say that was in the 8 pocket of the pitcher's strike zone for practice. If you count top left over and kind of like an old push button telephone. Popped up right side, and it'll be out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and runners on first and second. Top of the second inning with Henry Good, right-handed sophomore. Just off the plate there on a breaking ball. Creates a deuces wild. For those of you at home that aren't familiar, that means you have 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. We are in the top of the second inning. Is the ultimate deuces wild. Straight through the middle. Runner is going to come around third, get waved in. The throw will not be in time. Or will it? It was. What a great throw from center field. As Henry Good and the Hurricanes make their way into the dugout. Getting themselves out of trouble. Terrific throw by the center fielder, Brady Paul, well ahead of the runner. Two left on with 2 Ks in the book as the Hurricanes with a 2-run lead as we go to the middle of 2 at Frazier Field. We'll be right back. First pitch swung on. 6-3 for Stephen Lawrence. Quick one. Canes in the lead by 2 runs. They put up 4 hits and 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Flurrious activity in the first inning between both clubs. An off-speed pitch on the outside from Tony Lopez, the starting pitcher. He's at 32 as we start the top, or rather the bottom of the second. Another good pitch, says Vinny Stio, the home plate umpire. The 0-2. And Reese File holds off on that one. That drops out of the zone a little too soon. And File fights off the next offering. Bottom of the order, batting .360. It's a heck of a good average. He looks at the next as the count goes to 2-2. Wow. That was a very dramatically paused call from Vinny Stio. I really thought he was just going to ring him up and punch him out. Oof. Full count now. Lofted into right field. Leadoff base hit for Reese File to start off the bottom of the second inning. Well, it's not a start. Stephen Lawrence swung at the first pitch and grounded out, but you get the idea. Forecast today in the low 70s, a little bit of wind, probably the most between the 2 days. Great day for baseball. Lopez's first offering to the top of the order, Graham Wyke, outside. There's Mr. Wyke. The 1-0. Check swing, but called strike. Evens up the count. I know that's not a pitch you feel you can barrel up. It's kind of down. You're probably going to chop it into the ground, possibly a double play. Reset and look for a pitch you can barrel up. Lofted into right center field. On the run, McDowell can't come up with it. Coach Myers waving around Reese File. And down to third. An RBI double at least with an extra base for Graham Wyke. .88-mile-an-hour fastball that found its way to the right center field warning track and ultimately to the wall. McDowell in center made a terrific effort covering a ton of ground. Taylor from right pursued as well. But Graham Wyke just found that space between the two of them that they couldn't get to in due time and scores a run, bringing up the lead to 3 in favor of the Hurricanes. 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. 1 out and a runner on third as Wyke picks up an extra base. I'm saying extra base. It may be a triple for that matter. There's Mr. Wyke, top of the order, and he is just raking this season. Ground ball off the mound, up the middle, 6-3. Michael Utz says he's safe. So an RBI single on an infield ground ball for Brady Paul. And the lead now opens up to 4 in the bottom of 2. Hurricanes are just nipping away at that fastball. Swing and a miss on the first offering. A little bit of heat above the hands for Cam Wilson. Flied out to center field in the first inning. Ground ball left, gets through. And that'll be a base hit to move a runner up to second. Cam Wilson getting on base, making things happen where they can. Josh Meadows at third. Valid effort on a hard stinger coming at him on the ground. Just couldn't glove it. Swing and a miss. Starts off the at-bat for Jace Dunn. He singled and eventually scored in the first inning. 1 out, 2 on. Trying to give a little bit of more audio, but it brings in a hum when I do, so trying not to playing if you hear that at home. It's just our ambient field microphones bringing in some RF interference, I guess. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Red Hawks. Inner third of the plate with a fastball gets Jace Dunn to swing and miss on the hands. There's the runner on second. A 2-2 count with 1 out and runners on first and second. Fly ball, shallow right center field. Into right, Brody Taylor will take it, and the runners are going to hold as the easy throw from a shallow right field would certainly get the runner trying to advance. 2 outs after Dunn flies out to Taylor and right. Brody Paul on second, Cam Wilson on first. 4 hits in this inning alone, has scored 2 runs. And the first pitch, a called strike to Connor Wright. He singled in the first, got stranded at second when Shipman struck out, followed by Cliff Almeida, who also got out. And the next pitch fouled off. 0-2 count now on the third baseman. The 0-2 with 2 out, lined into right center field. That'll get down for at least 1 base, possibly 2. Connor Wright turns. He's going to go to 2, and that'll be a RBI double for Connor Wright. Breath of fresh air there for the third baseman, freshman, as he puts another runner in scoring position on an RBI double, taking it up to a 6-1 score in favor of the Hurricanes on 9 hits across the 2 innings. 5 just in this inning alone. And the first pitch to Peyton Shipman, a called strike. He went down looking in his first at-bat. He's going to have to really just break that tendency to want to look for the perfect pitch and just simply try to put the ball into the green space through the infield, in the air, however you get it there. 2 back-to-back. He's kind of got ball anxiety, it feels like. I just want to see this young man succeed. Barrel one up. Now he's going to have to be really crafty here and exercise some good plate discipline with an 0-2 count. And Michael Utz on the infield, says he went. In the bottom of the second for the Hurricanes, they take an early lead, 6-1 after 2 here at Frazier Field. We'll be right back. Calling it Henry and the Hurricanes here for Game 3, the rubber match at Frazier Field as the Hurricanes take on the Red Hawks out of Hickory, North Carolina. Catawba Valley Community College, top of the division and the region. And the first pitch off the plate. Jacob Krebs flies one into right, and that goes over the short porch of right field here at Frazier Field. And Krebs starts off the third with a home run. This is where the character of a pitcher comes in. You give up a homer to the top of the lineup, presumably the best batter, and then you got to shake it off and go right at it with the second best batter in the lineup, Pierce Bowman. He's been stroking it pretty good this weekend. Henry answers back for himself. 1-1 on the second batter, no outs. Nice pitch. I almost thought Vinny Stio was going to call that one. He's kind of postures up like he turns sideways, going to give the hammer or point the fingers. 2-1. Lofted into right. Peyton Shipman on the run. Foul territory to the bullpen. He really wants to all the way to the fence on the far side of the bullpen, trying to get that foul ball out for his teammates. Nice puffy cotton ball sky, clouds in the sky today. The 2-2 just off the plate and in the dirt. Cliff Almeida with a nice backhanded stop. Amazing. Third game, the young man just squatted back there like nothing. Bowman gets ahead of that off speed and pulls it into his own bullpen down the left field line. Starting to see some people mulling around in the bullpen now. For the Red Hawks, that is. Full count. And it looks like he kind of just opened up a little too soon. That is Henry Good, and loses Bowman to a walk. 3 on the day now for Good. That is walks. He's got 2 Ks. Giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. Not a bad day in the top of the third. Could be better, but could be worse. The pitch, high and away. So speaking about bullpens, there is nobody as of yet in the bullpen for the Hurricanes. Down on first is Pierce Bowman after he just drew a walk. The left-handed Alex Robinson in the box. Soft pitch down the middle. Evens up the count, 1 apiece. Robinson, the third in the order and third in the inning. He is the left fielder. Try to adjust this on the fly for you so you can see Henry Good if he goes for the pickoff again. Nope. Michael Utz on the infield says he was safe. Popped up, and Almeida can tell right away that one's out of play. High and away, 2-2. The 2-2, right to Jace Dunn, steps on the bag across, and Stephen Lawrence avoids the collision as Bowman makes his way all the way around to third after the throw goes into left field. Hard to say. You take one for the team, you possibly are out of the game if you get injured. But the throw otherwise looked like from Jace Dunn from first out to second to get the runner. Probably from Lawrence's perspective, looked like the ball was going to hit the runner and die, so he really had no time to react. And Pierce Bowman able to get the third on a ground out by Robinson. 3 unassisted for the first out. Silas Mills now. And the breaking ball, very spinny from Henry Good, forces Almeida to dive out and block it. You almost have to, in this scenario with a runner on third, you just have to kind of lay off on those super spin balls. And there's a nice pitch from Henry Good on the outside of the plate for a called strike. Mills made the last out in the first inning. Hard hit. 5-3. And 1 run scores on a sac infield. A true sac ground ball. 2 outs, and Lucas Dawson, the catcher, is going to step in. He struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning as he swings through the breaking ball from Henry Good. A little bit of wind picking up. That's that 15-mile-an-hour gust we were hearing about. Fastball high and away. We even got those little fuzzy wind socks, or they call them dead cats, kind of morbid, but on the microphones. Pops off the glove of Almeida. He lets it go since there are no runners on. Two-two count with 2 out and nobody on. We're in the top of the third inning. Let's get my whereabouts. Fly ball, center field, backing up. Brady Paul on the track. Follow him in for us, Mr. Hines. Henry and the Hurricanes back to the dugout in the middle of 3 with a 3-run lead. The Redhawks put up 2 runs on 1 hit, a homer by Jacob Krebs. The rest kind of self-inflicted, gets the runners around. As Dawson ends it and leaves Brody Taylor in the on-deck circle. Coming up for the Hurricanes, Almeida, Lawrence, and Reese. File. We'll be right back. Tony Lopez still on the bump for the Redhawks as Cliff Almeida steps in. Young man is just red hot as we approach mid-season. Soft grounder on the left side, 6-3. Doesn't come up with it. First baseman Silas Mills backhands it on a bounce and can't glove it as Cliff Almedo on the first pitch. I just love the aggressiveness from Cliff Almedo. Going after those first pitches. Coming up with an infield single. Probably reach on a fielding error by however you get money in the bank account, right? When the economy's tough. And another first pitch, opposite side. Stopped by the shortstop, Pierce Bowman, after Meadows dove, but two back-to-back first pitch singles puts runners now on first and second, and the Hurricanes are just eating up the starting pitcher, Tony Lopez. Toward the top of the pitching staff, third in total ERA with the most innings pitched behind Cole Bowie, yesterday's starter in Game 1. Ground ball right in front of home plate. And now the throw's away, and at least one run will score as the ball goes all the way into the bullpen of the Hurricanes. Infield umpire Michael Utz saying out of play. Runner will have to go back, but that's going to be 2 runs scored, or Stephen Lawrence is going to have to retreat the third, but a lot of excitement. Almedo scores. I'm going to put that in as 3 back-to-back hits. Lead for the Hurricanes. Flared out of play. Top of the order, Graham Wyke in the box, 0-1. Lopez finds the strike zone. Swing and a miss, a rare occasion for Graham Wyke. Stephen Lawrence out at third. One out, 2 on, second and third as Brady Paul comes in. He made a terrific catch in center field. Fastball down the lower third of the strike zone. Always grab the wrong side of the shot when Brady Paul steps in as a left-handed batter. One of these days I'll learn. And the next pitch fouled off. 0-2 count with 1 out. Brady Paul trying to protect. He has reached base in his first 2 at-bats. Singled in the second inning. during his last at-bat. The 0-2, he fans him. Reached on a cutter that went away. And 2 strikeouts now back-to-back for Tony Lopez as Cam Wilson comes up. He singled in his last at-bat. Mr. Wilson. Lopez deals. Wilson holds off. Wow. I did not see that barrel come even into anywhere of the alleyway that the strike zone exists in, but Michael Utz said he went. Guess that's why I'm up here and he's out there. Dawson with the block holds Stephen Lawrence at third. We'll keep our eyes on Mr. Lawrence in case that ball gets by. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And after that last bang-bang play where the throw went off into out-of-play area, Stephen Lawrence is anxious to get back across home plate in this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Wilson flares it into right field, and sure enough, there's Mr. Lawrence, and right behind him his teammate. Head first, slip and slide. Beautiful 2 RBI double for Cam Wilson. What a clutch hit. So 3 runs have scored this inning on 4 hits. Almost a repeat to the first inning. Popped up to the shortstop, and Bowman takes it. Three runs on 4 hits. The Hurricanes now up by 6 runs total as we move to the top of 4 here at Frazier Field. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. And the first pitch, a fastball from Henry Good, gets the called strike out of home plate umpire Vinny Stio. 9-3 game here as we're starting the top of 4 out of 9 total innings. And a nice off-speed behind the fastball from Henry Good. Just loses a little bit of velocity right at the end and dies out. Grounder on the left side. Connor White crossed. That's not Connor. I think that's Cam Wilson. Correct?
Yeah.
Just a nice tight shot on Mr. Wilson at third. Josh Meadows now. That was Brody Taylor who just grounded out to third. And a 1-1 count on the second batter. Meadows struck out in the second. Another ground ball over to Mr. Wilson. Jace Dunn tags him in the tags the runner in the baseline as he had to jump for it, and the ball got ejected out of his mitt, so Meadows will reach. I don't know that I would really call that, an error on Jace Dunn. It was kind of happenstance to the collision, but it's also not really a base hit in my opinion, for what that's worth. Maybe somebody can tell us in the live stream. It will get carded, though, to Jace Dunn as an E3 for not keeping the glove tightly around the ball. 1 out, 1 on, and an 0-1 count now to the center fielder, Isaiah McDowell. Fly ball left field going back as Reese File. He gets to the track. The wind's going to take it. Drops it out of his reach. The throw offline to the cutoff, but gets in time. Sorry, folks, I just got caught watching the game. So now second and third after McDowell hangs one in the wind that Reese File's unable to come up with. So a ground out and 2 back-to-back singles. Well, it's not really a single. I guess it's a error, so that would be an unearned. Stephen Lawrence at short was just talking to Henry Good. And a great pitch by Henry Good on the outside edge of the plate against Brady Byler. Singled in the second. That's McDowell out at second. Ground ball, Graham Wyke across 4-3. And 1 run scores on a fielder's choice. Two out now with the runner on third. And Jacob Krebs flares that one out of play. Nice breaking ball, but doesn't come in nearly enough. And Almeida keeps it in front of him. 1-1 count, 2 outs, and a runner on third, Jacob Krebs. Keen ball player. Hangs over the inside of the plate and gets a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner on third. Krebs fights off the off-speed pitch to get a reset. High and away is going to bring the count to 2-2-2. That is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on third. And Henry Good and Jacob Krebs are battling. Good comes set and deals. Hard ground ball, right side. Graham White keeps it in front of him. 4-3, and the run will not count. As Henry Good goes in, pumped to the dugout with his defense behind him. One run scores on one hit in the top of the fourth for the Red Hawks. The Hurricanes with a 5-run lead in the middle of 4 here at Frazier Field. We'll be right back. First pitch to Connor Wright, the DH for today. Called strike. Cooper Bliss now is in for the Red Hawks. And Wright fights off the next offering. The count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. Chopped foul. High fly ball. Left field, going to be held up by the wind as Robinson gets to it. Connor Wright will go back as the first out to start off the 4th inning. Peyton Shipman now, he's needing to get something going for himself. And the Hurricanes, 5-run lead, but we got a lot of baseball left. Fouled out of play. Off speed, high and away from Cooper Bliss. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Low outside corner gets the call. Full count now with 1 out on the second batter, Peyton Shipman. Foul tip into the glove. Good fastball right there from Cooper Bliss. Bliss came in relief with a 5.19 ERA, has had 9 appearances, 17.1 innings of work, and a .299 opposing batting average against 67. He's got 20 strikeouts. Definitely a key reliever for the Red Hawks. As he starts off, Cliff Almeida with a off speed. That gets fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. And a wild pitch goes past Lucas Dawson. And another foul. Recap on Tony Lopez. Had 5 strikeouts, threw 72 pitches, and faced 22 batters. He gave up 9 runs on 12 hits. And a good take by Cliff Almeida on a little high heat. 2-2-2 on the board. And Almeida is fighting to stay in there and try to get a 2-out rally going for the Hurricanes. Cliff steps back in. And a reset on the 2-2 count. And Bliss spikes it off the opposite box, for which Dawson backhands nicely. Good view of number 12 from high atop Frazier Field. Cooper Bliss comes set and deals outside. Almeida works a beautiful walk out of the reliever to get himself on base. Stephen Lawrence now, he singled and scored in the 3rd inning, the last inning. Got hung up for a little bit on 3rd for a bit, but he finally scored. There's Cliff Almeida looking to get that 2-out rally going. And Bliss with the first pitch to Stephen Lawrence off the plate on a cutter that cuts too much. And Almeida's had good base path speed. Lucas Dawson does a nice job of framing that pitch on the outside, back in. Gets the call out of Vinny Stio. We're going to keep an eye on Cliff Almeida in case we get a hit and run action. I know it's 2 outs, but 1 ball, 1 strike. Never know when he might take off. Almost in the same spot, and Stio doesn't call it, so whatever. We'll take it. Bliss looks a little frustrated right there. And there's Almeida at first. 3-0 count now with 2 outs. And Lawrence is going to make Bliss prove that he can find the strike zone. And we're going to prove that Cliff Almeida has a camera on him. foul ball check swing by Stephen Lawrence in on the hands. Good fastball that was in tight on Lawrence. Almost gets him to just kind of protect himself and check swings it. Fortunate it went foul because Bliss gave chase. And we want Mr. Almeida over there at first to make his way down to second cleanly. The payoff pitch now to full count. Swing and a miss. No runs, no hits, no errors as we conclude the fourth inning and move to the fifth here at Frazier Field. Hurricanes up by 5 after 4. You're watching Louisburg College Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Henry and the Hurricanes back at it again. Good now starts the inning with 2 strikeouts and 82 pitches thrown. And he's going to face off against Pierce Bowman. Once Bowman gets in. The old good miss by Henry Good just off the plate, trying to get Bowman to swing and chase out of first offering. And if not, kind of get lucky and get a called strike out of Vinny Stio. Popped up and out of play goes the second pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff. We heard from Danny Bab yesterday alongside me in the booth with some personal prior knowledge of Pierce Bowman. And he's living up to the expectation. Crafty hitter in the box and pretty steady glove at short. 2-1 count now on the leadoff batter as we start the top of the 5th inning. Game 3, a rubber match. Hard hit left side. Wilson over to Jace Dunn. He lands the tag in the base path just before Bowman can get on first or get his foot on first. There's Mr. Dunn. He is a real surefire mitt as a first baseman. So a 5-3 starts off the inning. And Alex Robinson grounded out to grounded out to Jace Dunn in his last at-bat. Henry Good gets the called strike to even up the count, 1 apiece with 1 out. Young man is really just having fun out there today. You can just see it. I think he must have had a good playlist on this morning when he was warming up and getting ready. The 1-1. And Robinson starts to put the bat out. Just a quick blip of a bunt, shown bunt, and he draws it back and he gets a called strike on a good pitch by Henry Good. The 1-2. Pulled into right field. Going to drop down in front of Peyton Shipman. He barehands it and gets it to the cutoff. A clean hit by Alex Robinson on a hanging curveball. There comes that 15-mile-an-hour gust. And the pickoff not in time. There's that nice view of the right side of the infield. That's when we know it's getting a little gusty, as our center field cam starts bouncing around out on our scaffolding platform. So just imagine what that means for a fly ball in the outfield. Silas Mills grounded out in his last at-bat. A little late on the camera switch, apologies, but the pickoff was not in time. Looks like a right-handed arm warming up in the bullpen. I don't know if we get a scouting report from anybody. And that looks like the first reliever in game one yesterday, Leighton Bab. He only put up about 40 pitches, so he's still good to put up a few innings. He and Martone tag-teamed on game one for the Mercy Rule win, as did the rest of the bats, frankly. You couldn't have made that happen without the offense. What a fun game to start this three-game series at here at Frazier Field. Runner on first, one out. Popped up, left. Brody Paul gets under it. That ball just kind of kept traveling. It was straight away center as Brody Paul was just kind of paired up on it, and then had to just keep going and going and going to right field rather. 2 outs now with a runner on second after an FO9, and Lucas Dawson. He made the third out in the third inning. And before that, he started off the second with a strikeout. These great half infield shots from Brent Hines on the big Panavision today. Can't say thank you enough. It's giving us great variety. Runner goes, popped up, and out of play on a hit and run. Henry Good now at 93, so that magic 100 pitch count. And the pickoff, not in time. Michael Utz there on the shallow infield, just behind to the right of Henry Good. He didn't even move, so clearly not enough. And a 1-1 count on the catcher. He stares at that off-speed breaking ball that Henry Good is so well known for. Here's another view of that side of the infield from our RoboCam. Swing and a miss. Great job from Henry Good. As the Hurricanes go into the dugout. One left on. As we go to the middle of 5. And Henry Good likely finishes off his day with a strikeout. Third, as he completes 5 full innings, closing in on 100 pitches. .97 to be exact. Has faced 23 batters, given up 5 hits and 4 runs, 3 walks with 3 strikeouts. Good day for Henry Good as his teammates have a 5-run lead in the middle of 5 innings, or at least after 4.5 here at Frazier Field. We'll be right back. First pitch lofted into center field by Reese File. That'll be an FO9 on the first pitch. So a quick 1 pitch, 1 out as we get to the top of the order. And the second of the inning, Graham Wyke walked in the bottom of the first and then tripled in the second. And a very uncharacteristic strikeout in the third. Did not get to the plate in the fourth. But here he is as the second batter now with 1 out. As we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Cooper Bliss on the bump for the Red Hawks. Hard hit right up the middle. Graham Wyke making his way to first on a single, 1-out single. Got his little celebration double front bicep jig that he does. We'll have to get a name for that. I don't know what it is. Looks fun, though. Bliss deals breaking ball that drops out on a swing from Brady Paul. 1 out and a runner on first. As the center fielder, Brady Paul, is in the box, the left-handed hitting outfielder. The 0-1 runner goes. Nice opposite field, but a little too wide. Graham Wyke will have to retreat to first. That would have been a beautiful opposite field hit for Brady Paul, except you kind of rather pull it as a left-handed hitter in this case and give Wyke the opportunity to reach third. 5-run benefit for the Hurricanes right now. And Bliss misses high and away on the left-handed outfielder. About 80 people following along live. Thanks for joining us. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first. And the runner goes, the throw down. Not in time as the shortstop, Pierce Bauman, has to run across and jump to keep the ball from going to the center fielder. Graham Wyke is just one of many on this offense for the Hurricanes, leading the charge, just keeping the energy alive, making it electric at every moment. And here's another one, 2-2 with one out. Hard hit, opposite field for the left-hander. And Graham Wyke's going to come in hot and heavy. He's going to score. And out to second base is the center fielder, Brady Paul, on a 1 RBI double as Wyke scores from first base on a hit-and-run action. And this is the type of energy that the Hurricanes have really been putting up here this weekend. Game 2, not so much, but Game 1 and here in Game 3, absolutely. And it's electrifying, contagious among the Hurricanes dugout. And the heater off the plate to start off, Cam Wilson. He doubled in the third, his last at-bat. There's Mr. Paul. A little bit of a cutter there from Bliss. Evens up the count, 1-1. Pulled foul down the third baseline. Brady Paul back to second as he is anxiously awaiting the opportunity to touch home plate here in bottom of the fifth inning. The 1-2 now to Cam Wilson. Off speed. Rides high and doubles up the count, 2 apiece with 1 out and a runner on second. Bliss comes set on the mound and deals, popped up right side. Brody Taylor out in right field, foul territory. He's going to try to catch it, but it goes with the wind over the batting cage structure. Cam Wilson playing third base today. Looking pretty good doing it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out and a runner on second. Bliss deals high and away with the fastball. And that fills up the count. Mr. Brady Paul. And unfortunately, a looking strikeout there for Cam Wilson. Makes it 2 outs. And Jace Dunn, a couple of flyouts and a single back in the first inning. First pitch to Jace Dunn. Might have been the best one he's going to get. Fastball, well, 84, maybe a bit of a cutter, a little bit up, but whatever reason, he held off. Probably trying not to pop out. So that was likely a good idea there. The 0-1. A little in on the hands, but it still gets the called strike out of Vinny Stio, the home plate umpire. Michael Utz on the middle infield there to your right. And that's Brady Paul, number 16. He's on second now with 2 outs. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the Hurricanes looking to get this base runner across the plate on something from Jace Dunn. The 1-2 hit hard on the left side. Here comes Brady Paul around third. The throw into the plate. He's going to be tagged out, and the ball gets out. He's called safe. Terrific play, a fastball that Jace Dunn takes into left field through the 5-6 hole. Almost scripted, like I knew what I was doing or talking about. An RBI. So 2 runs scored here in the 5th on 2 hits so far with 2 outs. Great piece of hitting, clutch from the first baseman, Jace Dunn, with 2 outs. The pressure cooker situation. And Lucas Dawson's going to go out and talk to Cooper Bliss to kind of shake off the nerves. Not really, what more is there to say other than just like, hey, let's shake it off. We'll get one more out and get out of here. Or, I don't know, maybe there's some confusion with the signals. Hard to say. I don't want to make things up, but for the number 8 in NJCAA by record and top of the Region 10, the Hurricanes are hanging. They're competing. And they're very capable of it. A lot of talent on this Hurricanes team this year. 2 out and a runner on second. There's that nice first pitch. It kind of drops in, but Connor Wright lets it go past. He's reached in the first 2 innings and then popped out in the 4th. He is the DH for today. Pulled foul down the left side. Jace Dunn going to make his way back. Kind of had that like, oh man, I wanted to run, looking to sprint. I want to touch home. And Dunn goes down looking. Leaves one on after 2 have scored on 2 hits. And the Hurricanes now with an 11-4 lead as we go to the 6th here at Frazier Field. Shipman, Almeida, and Lawrence due up for the Hurricanes in the 6th. We'll be right back. You're watching the Louisburg Sports Network. Leighton Bab making his second appearance of the weekend. I heard the ooze, but I was looking down. Not sure where the foul ball went. I did not have a chance to update this infographic on Leighton Bab, but coming in yesterday, all of his numbers were going down, and honestly, his performance yesterday for a few innings didn't hurt him any. The 0-1. That one kind of sounded like it hit him from here, but apparently not. I thought I heard a double click. Brody Taylor wraps around that last pitch, puts it right into his own dugout as it ricochets into shallow left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's Brody Taylor. And there's Leighton Bab. The 12-6 kind of stays about 12-10. Doesn't quite come down. Another right-handed arm in the bullpen for the Hurricanes as a just in case. The full count now on the leadoff. Gets him looking. Well played by Leighton Bab. Deserves the walk around. First batter, first strikeout for the right-hander. Comes back with the fastball down the middle. Leighton Bab making this fun right behind Martone in game 1, and now Henry Good in game 3, the 0-1. Not sure what Josh Meadows was looking for, but he didn't get the outcome he wanted, I'm sure. He's got an 0-2 count now with 1 out. And another looking. Back-to-back looking Ks for Leighton Bab. Is that 6 pitches? Maybe 7. It's pretty close. Foul ball. My bad. Well, there's a foul ball to start off the third batter, Isaiah McDowell. Two out and an 0-1 count. Hard hit, left side, gonna get past Lawrence before he can get to it. It'll go out to Paul in center field. Brady Byler grounded into a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. Nice two-seam by the right-hander. Gets a first pitch strike on the fourth batter, Brady Byler. Isaiah McDowell over at first. And he goes. Soft bouncer. Bab takes it. And he gets the out over at first. 1-2, skip over 3 and get 4 at first. A 1-3 out. Makes it a quick inning to start the 6th as Leighton Bab gets the Hurricanes back into the dugout to do some additional damage. 4 up, 1 left on. We're in the middle of 6 here at Frazier Field. Hurricanes leading by 7. We'll be right back. Peyton Shipman now looks at a first pitch called strike, a fastball from Cooper Bliss. Last inning, the Hurricanes put up 2 runs on 2 hits. The 0-1, lofted into left field. That'll drop down for a base hit as Peyton Shipman starts off the 6th inning with a line drive single. Just a beautiful, went after it. A little bit of a cutter as it came in from what I could see. And he didn't wait for perfection. That right there is what the Hurricanes will win games with. Just go after those pitches around the strike zone and don't let the umpire dictate the game. Let your bat do it. And then, of course, your pitchers. No outs, 1 on. An attempted bunt by Cliff Almedo, and he bounces it on 1 hop to his dugout. Fortunately, that was in foul territory. That could have been a double play. The 0-1 count. Runner goes, and Shipman will be in there. Nice stolen base for the right fielder. Had a good jump. Decent throw from Lucas Dawson, but with the speed that Peyton Shipman has and a good jump, you're just not going to get him. One ball, 1 strike. Cliff Almedo, the catcher, at the plate. And again, he goes for the bunt that is on a pitch that's a little bit high in the strike zone, and it gets sheared off vertically. There's Mr. Almedo. Tries to put the air brakes on, swing and a miss. Valid attempt. Obviously, he wasn't up there bunting on his own. But 2 flawed attempts to bunt, and now you got to hit the ball kind of right up against the wall. Steven Lawrence looking to get back to those clutch hits he's been putting up lately. Fastball on the lower third of the strike zone. Got a stinger shots into the outfield. Team photographer Mike Daniels out in center field. Those pictures you watch between breaks, that's that man right there. Beautiful photography from Mike Daniels. The 1-1 outside, and Dawson does everything he can to keep the glove on it. A fastball high and away from Cooper Bliss. Bliss has crossed over the 50 mark as the first reliever behind the starter, Tony Lopez. And another fastball on the outside brings the count to 3-1. And we love to see those runners on second. That's Peyton Shipman. He singled to left on just a beautiful, easy stroke. Oh, boy, oh, boy. What a pitch to Steven Lawrence to fill up the count. And if it were me up there and I swung, I probably would have missed it by a mile. So it's not a criticism, but nice pitch by Bliss. And a full count now with 1 out and 1 on to the shortstop, Steven Lawrence. And it draws the walk. Took the gamble and it paid off. Peyton Shipman will stay out at second. Lawrence must have smelled blood in the water, and he knew that Bliss was just kind of struggling to locate the zone, and it paid off on a full count pitch that misses low and away. Reese File now. He has scored twice so far out of the 3 at-bats that he's had. One out, 2 on. Up and in for the first offering. Bliss just about to cross 60 pitches, and it looks like we have 2 right-handers in the bullpen for the Red Hawks. And he's really thrown with a lot of energy, Bliss, and he's just not able to locate with that much velocity on the ball. 2-0 is the count with 1 out and runners at first and second. A single by Peyton Shipman into left field. Olmedo struck out after 2 attempts to bunt, and then a walk by Stephen Lawrence. And just off the plate with the fastball this time, Bliss is getting frustrated. You can really see it. There's the head coach, McDonald. He's probably not too happy either. Probably wouldn't be happy if he knew I had a camera on him, but it was by accident. And another walk to fill up the bases. And here's going to come Coach McDonald to give the hook to Bliss. So a third reliever, and we'll try to get a number here in a second. Looks like number 12. And if I can, I'll give you a quick read on his stat line. Braden Moore is the second reliever. Moore with a 7.13 ERA and a .319 opposing batting average. He's faced 72 and given up 23 hits. Put up 17 and 2/3 of an inning of work so far. Has 17 strikeouts and 8 walks. Given up 14 earned runs, 19 in total. Made 9 appearances overall and 2 game starts. Looking at the schedule for the Red Hawks this past week, they had 2 early week, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday games that almost read by the box scores and the lineups to be like a JV, at least a B team, if not C team lineup. They have a very deep roster. However, in the midweeks there, they've been playing opponents in South Carolina, Sumter, I think it was, that they played 2 games against. So when we look at the total number of, the roster sheet is 4 pages deep with at least 50 players. And they're definitely trying to give everybody reps, that's for sure. But right now, Braden Moore is going to get his chance as he comes in behind the exiting Cooper Bliss. And this is Reese File. Graham White, top of the order, pardon me. File drew the walk to get to first. So Peyton Shipman at third and Stephen Lawrence at second. And the first pitch from Braden Moore. To say that the Hurricanes have amped up the enthusiasm here. And there's Peyton Shipman down at third. He's just looking to touch home. And back over to second. Dancing around is Stephen Lawrence. And a foul ball by Graham White. To say that they've amped up the excitement and the electricity in favor of themselves, that being the Hurricanes, is a bit of an understatement. 15 hits have produced 11 runs this afternoon so far as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. A breaking ball from Moore gets White down to a knee swinging. Good pitch, but you're not going to be able to do that persistently. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and bases tied up. Swing and a miss. So Moore shows that he's got a breaking ball to get 1 out, or 2 now, pardon me. Bliss had recorded an out on Olmedo. And Brady Paul, the center fielder, he doubled in his last at-bat. Vinny Stio steps back away from that first pitch and just doesn't have anything to say about it. 2 outs, the 1-0. Fouled off. Not looking to distract you, but you got a hot mic in front of you, Mr. Hines. How you like the camera so far?
It's great.
You're doing a fine job giving us these beautiful Panavision shots from around the infield. The 1-1 count now with 2 outs and bases loaded for Brady Paul. Figure we're getting on in the innings. You're getting comfortable and muscle memory is building on the camera, so throw you into deep waters.
I'm good with it.
Seven-run lead for the Hurricanes here in the bottom of the 6th. We're going to be playing 9 innings today, so don't go anywhere. If you're one of the 89 people watching, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hard hit, right side, and the first baseman will take it himself. Leaves the bases loaded at the end of 6. No runs scored on a single, or that started the inning, from Peyton Shipman. He ended up getting stranded at third. Canes 11, Redhawks 4 as we move to the 7th here at Frazier Field. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. I'm going to take you Leighton Bab back on the bump for the 2nd time this weekend. Game 1 came in behind the starter there and did a terrific job. And now he's coming in behind the starter in Game 3. First pitch, a swing and a miss. A little off speed under the hands. We start off with Jacob Krebs. He lofts that one center field. Paul going back, and instead Reese File comes in from the left side and makes the catch. Wind is swirling. I want to say that, honestly, if we get a shot of that flag up above Reese File, you'll see it's blowing pretty good. Well, it was a second ago. As soon as I say it, the flag goes limp. Anyway.
It hurt you.
There's Leighton Bab again as he deals. So an FO7 starts the top of the 7th inning. And Pierce Bowman, the shortstop, grounded 5-3 in his last at-bat. Thanks for joining us. You'll find in the show notes as well as the live chat a tiny URL. And you'll also be able to text Roll Canes to 44321 if you'd like to make a donation in support of Louisburg College. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's production and this weekend, this season. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out on the second batter. A fly ball to left center field. Caught a moment ago, if you're just joining us, is 1 out. The 3-1. And he loses Bowman. That is, Bab loses Bowman to a walk. Great pitch location, though. But Bowman is really quite astute. I don't know how else to say it. Get you that side infield view. Bab gets the outside edge of the zone, even though he slipped. Saw him do this yesterday, and then he started just dealing. Pierce Bowman on first with 1 out, and Alex Robinson at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Off the plate on the far side, doubles up the count. There's Bowman leading, Jace Dunn holding. The 2-2 flared out of play. And the reset on the 2-2 count with 1 out. And he gets him looking. Great pitch by Leighton Bab. Two outs now with a runner on first, and Silas Mills comes up. He flied out to Peyton Shipman and right back in the 5th inning. There's Bowman. Or Bowman, I'm probably mispronunciating.
Getting a big lead over there.
He is. I'm kind of counting on the pickoff here in a moment, or at least an attempted pickoff. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and runner on first. Swing and a miss on a cutter, a sweeper, a slurve, a strike. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Mills playing first base. We saw him behind the plate in game 1. And a foul ball. A lot of chirping now coming out of the dugout of the Hurricanes as they enjoy a 7-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Leighton Bab on the bump, Silas Mills in the box, and a 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count. Hard hit right up the middle will be a single as Brady Paul comes up with it in center field. Now runners first and second with 2 outs. Lucas Dawson, the catcher, he struck out twice and grounded out. He is 0 for 3. Popped up, out of play.
I think that all that chirping was they were ready for Leighton to get another strikeout here.
Yeah, we definitely, as Hurricanes fans and family, we definitely want to see that. That is for sure. The 0-1. Off-speed breaking ball dies out a little early, but Cliff Almedo does a fine job of backhanding it forward in front of himself, keeping it out front. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, and runners on first and second. And he plunks them to fill up the bases. A right-hand pitcher down in the bullpen for the Hurricanes, been warming up. And a very respectable second outing of the weekend for Leighton Bab. Coach Shane Bogley squatted down at the dugout. He's not seeming to flinch just yet, but Coach Bryce Myers on the walkie-talkie to the bullpen. And the first pitch outside. To Brody Taylor, the right fielder. He was the first victim of Bab. And the Hurricanes fans thought they were going to get Ixnay. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball from Leighton Bab after he mixed it up with a couple of off-speed pitches. The 2-1. Another one. Even slower. Barely cresting 70 miles an hour. That ball just died to double up the count rather. 2-2 and 2 out with 3 on. Out in front of another changeup from Bab. Definitely pitching to the situation and not pitching to his ego. Though, I don't know, you're a pitcher, you're trying to get outs, so that in itself is, you're a competitor. And the high heat fills up the count now.
Feels like a big spot right here.
Very big. Full count with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 7-run lead, though, for the Hurricanes. High fly ball, left field, Reese File going back, and that'll be a grand slam. Bit of a mistake from Bab with a fastball down the middle, but 7-run lead down to 3. And about a 330 porch out in left field. As Brody Taylor with the grand slam home run. Makes it a 3-run game, and that'll give the hook to Leighton Bab as he exits. He really should hold his head up high. I don't think I've seen a reliever go 2 appearances in the same weekend, at least not here at Louisburg. As soon as I say that, though, it looks like Brendan Chamberlain is on the bump, number 45. And Chamberlain, he was the reliever behind Anthony Dorner yesterday. We're going to let him finish his warm-ups. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. second reliever here in Game 3, Brendan Chamberlain. And a first pitch called strike with 2 outs and the bases empty after a grand slam home run resulted in the relief, and another hard hit, high fly ball into left, and a back-to-back home run for the Red Hawks. At this point, during the break, Brent Hines next to me made an excellent observation. You're putting up 2 relievers who have already pitched to the same lineup earlier this weekend, Game 1 and Game 2 yesterday. You're giving them a second look at these pitchers, and quite honestly, a 7-run lead now down to 2 after 2 back-to-back home runs, one a grand slam and this one a solo. So 5 runs have scored here in the 7th. With 2 outs. And the breaking ball from Chamberlain to the center fielder, Isaiah McDowell, gets the called strike. Check swing. The deferral to Michael Utz out on the infield was that he did not go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Soft ground ball, left side, backhanded, foul ball, says Vinny Stio. Looked to me like Cam Wilson fielded that cleanly in fair territory right alongside third base and made a terrific throw across to Jace Dunn, but
I would agree with you. We don't get that call, though.
I don't know, maybe Vinny Stio saw the ball chop in foul territory here on the dirt right to the left of the batter's box, and it spun inbounds. I don't know. Swing and a miss. Brendan Chamberlain gets it done. Finally. And the Hurricanes holding on to a 2-run lead now as we go to the bottom of the 7th, and they're going to really, really, really need to fire up their own bats and start stroking some long balls out of the park. Get themselves some comfort runs. After 6.5, the Hurricanes lead by 2. It's getting exciting, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Hurricanes are just going to have to amp up the volume of their own. Check swing called strike by Vinny Stio says that Cam Wilson swung as we start the bottom of the 7th inning with down to 2 after the top of the 7th. 5 runs scored and an off speed. Gets Wilson way out in front. This is Braden Moore, who's still on the bump. He's the second reliever behind Cooper Bliss, and before that, the starter, Tony Lopez. The 0-2, swing and a miss, drop third strike. Wilson runs to first, but he'll be thrown out. Jace Dunn now, he doubled in his last at-bat, singled in the first inning. It makes him 2 for 4 on the day. That breaking ball from Moore drops out and Dunn swings over it. Hurricanes going to have to just move up in the box and take that pitch away from the pitcher. The 0-1 with 1 out. And now he finds it on the front right corner. And the count 0-2. Jace Dunn strokes one of his own, and that one's out of the park as Jace Dunn answers back with a home run of his own.
Says, hey, we can do that too.
Heck yeah. Little celebration coming up of the Hurricane zone as Jace Dunn makes his way into the dugout. There it is, folks. So a solo homer from Jace Dunn makes it 3-run in favor. Another sky high, but this time foul.
Oh.
Wow, from Connor Wright. Talk about a moonshot. That one was going to clear the pine trees like Kenny Shadle last year. Absolutely sky shot. An 0-1 with 1 out, and he gets plunked.
We'll take a free base.
So Braden Moore popped, and he proceeds to hit Connor Wright after Connor Wright jacked one foul, but trust me, folks, it was an absolute towering foul ball down the left field line. And the fastball down the middle to Peyton Shipman. He singled, unfortunately got stranded at third in the 6th inning. There's that half infield shot. An 0-1 count with 1 out and 1 on. Oh, a nice fly ball, but that's probably going to get down. So Shipman with an FO7 makes it 2 outs. And Connor Wright retreats to first. Cliff Almedo steps in. Swings on a breaking ball. Off speed and misses. 2 out and a runner on first. And the count now 0-2 with 2 outs. Fly ball is going to get held up. Coming in, Robinson likely to make the catch. And he comes up with it, leaving 1 on after a home run by Jace Dunn. And the Hurricanes back to a 3-run lead right now. 12-9 as we go to the top of 8 here at Frazier Field. And Brendan Chamberlain is going to look to hold off the Red Hawks, who were red hot in that last 7th inning. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Brendan Chamberlain and the Hurricanes are going to try to hold off the Red Hawks. Brady Byler at the plate. One count now on the first batter. Bottom of the order, second baseman out of South Wake County. Flared that out of play. One ball, two strikes on the first batter. And again, another foul ball that will drift behind the Billy Godwin clubhouse. Not too far away is the Tar River. The 1-2. And another foul ball. Swinging a little bit late on the fastball from Brendan Chamberlain. But quite possibly with Peyton Shipman playing shallow in right field, Byler's actually got a slightly closed stance, and he's probably trying to push it into the opposite field. Just misses with the breaking ball, but not by very much at all. A skosh more, and Vinny Steele would have been calling that one a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit up the middle. Ooh, Brendan Chamberlain right back at it. Flips it over. 3-1. 1-3, whichever way he gets it done. And that's the second time Brady Byler has grounded out to the pitcher. Out to Reese File in the left in his last at-bat, and to right in his first at-bat. He's 1 for 4. Chamberlain slides one off the plate across the opposite batter's box. The count now 2-0 with 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Well done by Brendan Chamberlain. A little two-seam action is what I would assume. The 2-1 brings it back down the middle, and Krebs kind of throws his head back in disbelief that he let that one go. He's a very astute batter as he steps back in with a 2-2 count and 1 out, nobody on. And the off speed gets fought off and fouled off for a reset. Krebs now having to protect the 2-2 count across the opposite box, trying to get him to chase, presumably. Fills up the count now on the second batter. For the inning, we are in the top of the 8th. Canes leading by 3. And a breaking ball. Loses Krebs to a walk. Missed the opportunity earlier in the game to kind of discuss the keys to the games for the weekend that Coach Myers provided. Compete for sure. We'll go back to those momentarily. 1 on, 1 out. Fly ball center field. That'll be a 2-run homer if I had to guess. So a fastball results in 2 runs. Now the lead down to 1. So a hit and a walk turns into 2 runs, and Coach Myers going to try to do everything he can to hold on to that 1-run lead and give his team 2 more shots at scoring some runs. And our 3rd reliever. It's going to be Michael Williams, the midweek guy. So he's going to try to come in with an unseen look by the Red Hawks. Try to give his teammates an opportunity to hold on to a lead, if not extend it over the next inning and a half, if they can get out of here with 2 more outs. Right now we're in the lineup of the 3rd batter, well, fourth for the inning, 3rd from the top, Alex Robinson and Silas Mills. Robinson struck out looking in his last at-bat. A little overzealous screaming out of the Red Hawks dugout. I know they're excited, they're coming back, but I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish at this point, other than to destroy your vocal cords. Brent Hines, myself, Bill Martone, giving you Game 3 action here at Frazier Field. As Michael Williams steps up to toe the slab, typically from a midweek. Now he's on Game 3. Swing and a miss. Ball from... And back-to-back heaters. Swing and a miss. Good job, Michael Williams. Little round the mound strut right there. 2 outs now after Byler grounded out to the pitcher to start the inning. Fastball off the plate and away, low and away rather. This is Silas Mills. Wraps one into center field. Brady Paul comes up with that. Two outs and a runner on first. 2 runs have scored on 1 hit in this inning. And the catcher, Lucas Dawson, he struck out twice and then was hit by a pitch. And he stands in there for that one. A little bit close, if you ask me. Some guys just have that magnetic personality. Two pitches on the inside. Let's not give this guy another free ride if we can help it. There's Williams coming set and deals. Hard hit left field. Reese File on the run. Going to be off the wall. He'll come up throwing. And the ball ricochets off of a combination of the base runner coming into third, I think even Coach Marshall McDonald, as it goes to Cliff Almedo and prevents any further damage. Michael Williams is going to have to start moving the ball. I think that those series of fastballs to Alex Robinson were nice, but right now we've just seen 2 back-to-back hits from Mills and Dawson. Brody Taylor now steps in. 2 outs. The attempted breaking ball gets blocked by Cliff Almeida in the opposite batter's box. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss on a heater. Just got to make sure that that 2-seam is running somewhere, whether it's horizontal or vertical. But 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runners second and third. Curveball doesn't curve, and luckily it doesn't hit the batter either, as Brody Taylor stands in there, not going to get out of the way. The 2-1, and there the breaking ball makes it. So a little bit more English on it that time. Finds the strike zone, and deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. And a runner will score as a wild pitch from Michael Williams. Not an earned run, but a run either way makes it 3 for the inning. And that ties up the game. Michael Williams is going to have to show some fortitude here on a full count payoff pitch. Popped up right side. Graham Wyke tracking it toward foul territory. He comes up with it out of frame. We're all tied up now as we go to the bottom of 8 here at Louisburg College, Frazier Field. A battle for the ages between the meteorologists and the ornithologists, the Hurricanes and the Red Hawks. For all you science nerds out there, too many crooked numbers on both lines for my liking. I'd rather them be just on the bottom, but it's tied up as we go to the middle of 8. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. We'll be right back. And the first pitch, an attempted bunt. Stephen Lawrence in the box for the Hurricanes. Looking for some of that clutch hitting that he's been known for lately. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check swing. And Michael Utz says he did not go down on first base. Can't see him on any of our shots. And we're getting all sorts of fun over there. Right on the hands, but when you're kind of playing it tight against the plate, you're going to lose that call as a batter if you don't swing and foul it off or put it in left field. Out of play on the right side, makes it a 2-2 count. Lawrence digs back in with a 2-2 count as the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 8th inning, a tie score. Hold it up, oncoming is McDowell from center. Brady Byler backs up to make the catch. Reese File with a couple of singles in the second and third, with a fly out and a walk, has him 2 for 3 on the day. And Moore is doing a terrific job locating the lower third of the strike zone. An 0-1 with 1 out. And 2 back-to-back strikes from Braden Moore.
They're getting that outside third, too.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And I'm not going to say that the Red Hawks haven't had some good pitchers. Did Arrington. But right now, maybe it's because it's the most present, Braden Moore is right up there as probably being one of the most effective pitchers in this pitching staff for the Red Hawks. Starts off with a breaking ball that misses high and inside on Graham Wyke. Wyke is 2 for 4 today. Trying to get that 2-out rally going. And Moore misses way off the plate on the other batter's box.
So last couple batters, he's coming in with first pitch, working outside with the next pitch.
The 2-0, swung on, lofted into right, and that likely will get caught. And 3 up, 3 down go the Hurricanes. And they're going to have to hold off as hard as they can, or hold off the Red Hawks in the top of the 9th. And if they want a chance to walk it off from a tie score, tied at 12 each as we go to 9 here at Frazier Field. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Louisburg College baseball team may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, while the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Louisburg College baseball. First pitch, and Stephen Lawrence unable to keep it in front of him. And the first pitch, a base hit from Josh Meadows. No outs, runner on first. And Michael Williams clearly trying to work middle away or outer third of the zone, but the risk there, of course, is you're just not giving yourself much real estate to work with. And a wild pitch gets past Cliff Almedo, ricochets all the way out to the infield, almost to Jace Dunn on the first base side.
And it looks like they're trying to play some small ball, move that runner over from second to third if they can.
Hurricanes are going to have to up the intensity. A 2-0 count with no outs and a runner on second. And the same pitch is the same result. The freshman clearly a little bit flustered. We got 2 arms down in the bullpen. Down behind Jace Dunn. See a lefty, must be Cade Curran. And the breaking ball drops in. That's a risky call on a 3-0 count, but goes to 3-1, so good for Michael Williams and the Hurricanes. Runner on third now with no outs, and the game is tied. Slapped into left field, and that'll be an RBI single for the Red Hawks to take the lead with no outs. Coach Shane Bogley and Coach Bryce Myers kind of posturing at the dugout. And now we're back to Brady Byler, the second baseman. And the pitch gets away from Almedo. I really feel for Michael Williams right now. Is a tough spot to be in, as Coach Myers is just going to be left with no other option but to come out and kind of save him from himself. His adrenaline must be quite high at the moment, as Coach Myers tried to give the midweek guy an opportunity to help hold things off, but maybe just not enough days of rest.
I think we're going to get our first look at Reese File on the mound.
Yeah, you still got a midweek game against Lenore Community College, and question is who is substituting out in left field.
Looks like Gavin.
So Baucom goes to left field as File goes to the mound. It was an interesting strategic move from Coach Myers. Game 3, you went from a 7-run lead to a 1-run deficit. You've kind of burned most of your matches through the starters and the bullpen for the weekend. And, you know, you don't necessarily want to just put up every positional player, and you want to try to win the game, frankly, for that matter. Types of observations do Coach Myers and Bogley have of the positional players as relievers? Obviously, many of these players have grown up being multi-sport athletes and multi-position players and two-way players when they're younger, pitching and hitting, playing defensive positions. So it, in some instances, it should not be much of a shock that you could just basically call on any one of your guys to come in and give it a go from the slab.
Now, I got to tell you, I've coached Reese since he was 8 years old, and I have pulled this same move, and he has bailed me out on numerous occasions. So hopefully he's got it in him at this level.
So clearly Coach Myers aware of his reputation as a youngster. And I would have to guess Reese File likely had made it known to Coach Myers and Coach Bogley, like, come on, Coach, put me in cold. Give me a chance. I remember these days. Looking to get some adrenaline going again. Brady Byler, the second baseman, the pickoff, not in time, but I like the move. He and Graham Wyke, kind of similar statures in height and build. I know they're not related, but when they were covering the middle infield, it was kind of like double vision. 1-0 count with no outs and a runner on second. Brady Byler puts up the bunt and draws it back on a high fastball from Reese File. Two balls, no strikes, and no outs. The bunt on the left side, Cam Wilson, 5-3. Wow, and Byler puts his hand out, almost trying to slap the glove of the first baseman. Wasn't caught on camera, but kind of poor play over there, if you ask me. 5-3 for an out. And as we go back to the top with Jacob Krebs. Curveball gets away. It'd be kind of interesting. We do see a lot of curveballs, and I don't think it's Cliff Almedo as a problem. I think it's simply these guys can spin the ball so hard. Fastball flared out of view. A big gust of wind coming up and pushing our center field camera off of its original framing. But Reese File is still just under the scoreboard. Score bug. The 1-1. Hit on the right side. Graham Wyke throws it away as the run scores. Very aggressive play by the second baseman and just let it go too hard and too soon. And Isaiah McDowell scores as Krebs reaches on a fielder's choice. So a 2-run lead now. And File is just really spinning the ball hard, trying to work a breaking ball. Unfortunately, I think what's happening, if I had to guess looking at this vantage point, his starting sights are kind of middle, and that ball just takes an abrupt 90-degree turn as the runner advances 90 feet. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Off-speed pitch grounded to the left side. Stephen Lawrence across, 6-3. And the fielder's choice there makes it 2 outs. A good off-speed changeup from Reese File induced the soft infield ground ball. And 2 outs with a runner on third. Just got to start that kind of up here more, right? Kind of 12 o'clock release versus, I don't know, 9 o'clock if you want to call it that. A 1-0 with 2 outs. Nice fastball on the outside. Well located by the utility fielder. We've seen him at short. We've seen him at third. Top of the 9th inning. Cutter gets blocked. 2-1. Canes trailing by 2 here in the top of the 9th. Started the inning tied up at a dozen apiece. The 2-1. Locates the outside. Good for you, Reese File. 2-2. Tries for the outside again and misses. Fills up the count. Hard hit. Graham White's not going to get to that. That'll go into right field as another run scores. So 3 on the inning. Coach Myers and Bogley just hoping that Reese File can get them out of this inning. 2 outs. And Silas Mills is at the plate. Ground ball right to the first baseman. And that ends the bleeding as Reese File comes in as a utility fielder pitcher and extraordinaire, trying to help out his teammates. 3 hits, 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning give the Red Hawks 3 gains. They're going to have to put up 4 to walk it off, or 3 to force an extra inning here at Frazier Field. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We're going to be right back. Brady Paul at the plate. And he looks out a first pitch that misses the zone. The 1-0. Down the middle, doubles up the count. Well, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Swing and a miss on a cutter. Paul has been very productive today. He's 3 for 5. A double and 2 singles. The 1-2. Well off the plate. Lucas Dawson
tried to frame it.
It's a little overzealous. They're conditioned and believe they need to try to frame every pitch. The 2-2. Off the plate. I mean, it almost gets hysterical, you know, when it's like.
Or it bounces.
It bounces, and then you're going to frame it in. It's full count now to the center fielder, Brady Paul. Hard hit, right side. Brady Byler over to Silas Mills. 4-3 for 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Cam Wilson, 2 for 5. Stares at a changeup to take a first pitch called strike with 1 out and nobody on. No. Michael Utz said no. He did not go on the appeal to the first base umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a breaking ball, swing and a miss. The 1-2 hits him. So Cam Wilson, with a flicker of hope, gets on base with 1 out after being hit by the pitch. Jace Dunn now is going to step in. He had the solo homer back in the 7th. Stares at a fastball a little bit on the inner third, but man, the way Moore's been pitching, that literally could be your best pitch you're going to get out of him to hit. 1 out, 1 on, and an 0-1 count. Fouled off toward the dugout of the Red Hawks. The 0-2. I don't know whether to say Vinny Steele has had a fair strike zone or not. There have been a couple of calls I may have questioned. That one, though, he called the correct way. The 1-2 with 1 out. Well off the plate. And again, Dawson trying all he can to influence Vinny Steele. And a 2-2 count with a runner on. High fly ball, but it will be foul. The left fielder, Robinson, giving up after a small trot toward the foul line. And another off-speed breaking ball from Moore. Again, that inside fastball, I had to guess, is going to be all that Jace Dunn will see from a velo perspective. Maybe, maybe not. 2-2 count now, 1 out and a runner on first. After being hit by a pitch, that's Cam Wilson. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit on the left side. That gets past a diving Josh Meadows. And Cam Wilson holds at second. I don't think these Hurricanes have given up yet, Brent.
Nope.
And as I 7, nearly 88 miles an hour, and Jace Dunn got out in front of it and did exactly what you should. Pull that hard past your third baseman. Connor Wright now, he was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat.
It's actually Gavin.
Oh, sorry, yes, Gavin Baucom.
He came in when Reese came in to pitch.
That is correct. Baucom now swings at the first stand. Gavin's grandmother watches, and I owe her an apology for mispronouncing his last name. Gavin Baucom. Baucom. See, I'd do it again. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Two-seam action, presumably from Braden Moore in the mid-80s. 0-2 count, 1 out and 2 on. And a breaking ball retires the fourth batter for 2 outs. Peyton Shipman steps up, going to give his try at it. Pressure cooker situation from the transfer from University of Delaware. Changeup that just dies before it gets to the plate. 1-0 with 2 out and 2 on. Hurricanes are rooting for Shipman. Off-speed breaking ball gets the strike zone. Evens up the count 1 apiece with 2 outs. The 1-1 popped up. Center field, Isaiah McDowell calls for it. And the Hurricanes drop game 3. To the Red Hawks here at Frazier Field. A close one, but no cigar. Only in horseshoes and hand grenades does it pay to be close. The Hurricanes put up 12 runs on 17 hits, but unfortunately get outdone by 15 runs on 14 hits. Self-induced errors from both teams, 3 and 4. Who knows what that could have done to the outcome of the game if those hadn't been committed. For the Hurricanes, from Henry Good, Leighton Bab, Brendan Chamberlain, Michael Williams, and Reese File, just not enough to hold off the Red Hawks as they were looking to get back at the Hurricanes for that Game 1 mercy rule win. The win or save. Now it'll be a win. That'll go to Braden Moore, the final reliever for the Red Hawks. And the loss will somewhere get distributed probably around Leighton Bab or Brendan Chamberlain, where the lead was given up. Too much action to recap here. I do want to say thank you for joining us this afternoon and for the weekend watching Hurricanes baseball. For our executive producer of the Louisburg Sports Network, Dr. Gary Brown, and co-producer Jason Rasnick. Today's telecast being directed by yours truly. For Coach Myers Bogley, the entire production crew of the Louisburg Sports Network, including Brent Hines, who's been our camera operator extraordinaire for the day. I'm Bill Martone saying thank you for watching Hurricanes baseball. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday afternoon.